Welcome to Consultier Inc. and Intralink IQ. To conduct a document review utilizing the Water Quality Program under the SQF Module 11.5.3, first check if the document title matches the uploaded file name on the dashboard. In this instance, we do have the same titles as the Water Quality Program. Next, both must have the same document code. For this example, we do have 11.5.3P0. Since this is a template, we indicate the PCQI as the account initials. However, we can customize the code based on the company's initials. For the page number, we use the page XFY format, ensure that it reflects the current page position and the total page number of the document. Then insert the company logo here, together with the company name, the company address, and enter the designated department. For the originated by section, it can be the food safety, quality assurance, or the quality control personnel of the company. The originator ensures the implementation of the quality management and document control system. Enter the name of the originator, affix the signature, input the position title, and the date originated. For the reviewed by section, it can be the personnel assigned in the Quality Management Department who reviews the drafted document or its revision for accuracy and implementation. Enter the name of the reviewer, affix the signature, input the position title, and the date reviewed. For the approved by section, it must be the person in the C-level management who has approval authority. Enter the name of the approver, affix the signature, input the position title, and the date approved. The revision date is the same as the date originated or drafted by the author. For the effective date, it is the date the document was signed and approved. The publication date is when the document is published for distribution and initiated personnel training. The implementation date is when the document is distributed and personnel training is completed. For the supersedes, put original for the initial issuance of the document. For any revisions, reflect the initial revision date before the current revision. Please be reminded that this section must be properly filled out to be compliant. Now we will focus on the components of the program. First is purpose. The purpose is the implementation of any certification standard or compliance with a regulatory requirement. For this program, it is for implementation with the SQF Module 11 Edition 9 for food manufacturing under Clause 11.5.3. First, to implement SQF 11.5.3.1, water shall comply with local, national, or internationally recognized potable water microbiological and quality standards as required when used for 1. Washing, thawing, and treating food. 2. Hand washing. 3. Conveying food. 4. An ingredient or food processing aid. 5. Cleaning food contact surfaces and equipment. 6. The manufacture of ice. Or 7th, the manufacture of steam that will come into contact with food or be used to heat water that will come into contact with food. Second, to implement SQF 11.5.3.2, microbiological analysis of the water and ice supply shall be conducted to verify the cleanliness of the supply, the monitoring activities, and the effectiveness of the treatment measures implemented. Samples for analysis shall be taken at sources supplying water for the process or cleaning or from within the site. The frequency of analysis shall be risk-based and at a minimum annually. And third, to implement SQF 11.5.3.3, water and ice shall be analyzed using reference standards and methods. The second component of the program is scope. The scope of the program is based on the purpose and serves as a guide in defining and describing the layout of the procedure. It includes the water quality test, the water quality standards, the water risk assessment, and laboratory. Third is policy. The policies are the rules set by the company as their implementation guide. First, Areas where potable water is used, for example, washing food products as an ingredient, cleaning and manufacturing ice or steam that comes into contact with a food product or food contact surfaces, are identified. Second, the supplier is aware of the national and/or international potable water standards and any customer's microbiological or chemical water standards. Third, the rate at which water is tested is based on risk, owing to the potential for seasonal variations in the supply, but at minimum, water is tested at least annually for potability and any additional quality or safety attribute. And fourth, documentation of analysis on a contact surfaces of food equipment, air, and water are implemented for microbiological and chemical attributes that pose potential concern for spoilage or contamination, considering the source of water, on-site storage and distribution facilities, previous sample history, and usage. The fourth component of the program is procedure. The procedure is the step-by-step process and the actual implementation of the policy. First, under procedure, is the water quality test. The analysis is conducted to ensure water continues to meet the required standard, which you may refer to Water Supply Testing Result Log. Any water that is used in the operation that could come in contact with the product or for personal hygiene purposes is verified to comply with local and national standards. Monitoring and/or analysis can be conducted to ensure water meets the required standard. The monitoring may involve one or a number of the following: regular testing of water, checking filtration apparatus and changing it as required, which you may refer to company specifications and/or inspection and maintenance records log, and regular cleaning of water holding tanks and reservoirs. Next is water quality standards. For example, in the US, the potability standard for drinking water is less than 1 coliform per 100 ml water, and membrane filtration is the preferred method. Standards also apply for Salmonella spp, Shigella spp, enterovirulent E. coli, Vibrio cholerae, Yersinia enterocolytica, Campylobacter jejuni, and Protozoa. Relatively sensitive to disinfection, and control measures that can be applied to manage risk include protecting raw water supplies from human and animal waste, adequate treatment, and water protection during distribution. Third is water risk assessment. The rate at which water is monitored or tested is based on risk, owing to the potential for seasonal variations in the supply, but at minimum, water quality is monitored and assessed for compliance at least annually, which you may refer to risk assessment sheet. This includes portability and any additional quality or safety attribute. And recognized guidance or hiring a suitable external source to collect samples is utilized. Fourth is laboratory. An outside laboratory, when utilized, is properly accredited to complete the desired analysis, which you may refer to laboratory monitoring log. The water is retested whenever the water source is changed or when equipment is added to treat or convey water within the site's water system. Where the water treatment occurs on site, either before usage or as a treatment of wastewater, the treatment needs to have applicable analysis, verifying the efficiency of the treatment. And even though the water supply may come from the town or regional water supply in which the water is treated, safety tested, and maintained by the local authority, storage and distribution facilities ensure their water at the point of use complies with regulations. Fifth is responsibility. The responsibility of the person is indicated. It covers what to perform to comply with the procedure or the policy. For the quality personnel, ensure water testing procedure is documented and implemented. Conduct sample collection and microbiological testing to verify water cleanliness in the facility. Conducts regular monitoring of water testing. Monitors filtration apparatus. Monitors cleaning or water holding tanks and reservoirs. and monitors sanitizer levels in water. For the production personnel, checks and changes filtration apparatus as required, and regular cleaning of water holding tanks and reservoirs. For the supervisors or department heads or team leaders, ensure and verify this policy and procedure is adhered to, and take corrective action to ensure compliance with this policy. Sixth is corrective action. The corrective action is the process of taking appropriate steps to eliminate causes of nonconformities or other undesirable situations. If the main water source is deemed contaminated, temporarily change to alternative water sources. Use of backup disinfection plants or spot dosing may be used to correct disinfection system failure within the water supply. And review and revise the water quality testing procedure. Seventh, review quality. The review section serves as guidelines for conducting the annual or periodic review. Thank you for participating in this document review. Content presented are for training purposes only and are based on the interpretation of standards and best practices and must be customized for your intended use. To fully customize your programs, policies, procedures, forms for records, and lessons for training, you may contact Interlink IQ or Consultier Inc. at services@interlinkiq.com or simply call 202-982-3002. For free access, visit interlinkiq.com.